Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Arizona Strip and welcome to the Virgin River Gorge. Now let's talk about both of those places here really quick. The Arizona Strip is the northwestern portion of Arizona that is cut off from the rest of the state by the Grand Canyon. So the Grand Canyon is here. And so this all up in here, this northwest portion of the state, this is the Arizona Strip. And in the far northwest corner of the Arizona Strip, if we zoom in a little bit here, do you see this blue line right here, this kind of prominent blue line? That is I-15. Along I-15 in the Arizona Strip here, where I am now, is the Virgin River Gorge. Where I am now in the gorge is kind of a broad, open area. This is a kind of a day-use area and campground. But on either side of me, the canyon narrows down again into that gorge, and the Virgin River flows through this area. The Virgin River is down here, and you can see how it becomes gorgy, for lack of a better word, over in this area. So if you drive the interstate, if you drive I-15, which is right here, between St. George, Utah and Las Vegas, Nevada, you will drive through the Virgin River Gorge and you'll see how it's kind of windy and twisted and how high the cliffs are on the side of the road. And so the interesting thing about this is that even though there is a loud and busy and kind of obnoxious and noxious interstate right here, the mountains on both sides, so all of these mountains here, basically all of this over here, these are all wilderness areas. These are all wilderness. So what does that mean? Wilderness is a sort of sub-designation of public land that is very protected. So a wilderness area can be within a national park, within national forest, or within BLM land, among others. This is all BLM land around here, run by the Bureau of Land Management. It is public land, open to the public for most uses, most recreational uses. And I think this is a unique place because I can't think of any other area where there's wilderness with an interstate running through it. Maybe there probably are, but I can't think of any, and I was looking at the map yesterday and I couldn't really pinpoint any. So on both sides of I-15 here, most of this is all wilderness. And so I'm going to be starting off the day today exploring some of this wilderness. More specifically, I want to go get a closer look at this thing, this rock formation right here. I've driven I-15 through this area for years and years, and I keep seeing these kind of interesting rock formations. There are a few of these that have caught my eye over the years, and I want to take a closer look. So let's go hop in the car and figure out how to get a little bit closer to that thing. I could just leave from here, from this little day-use area where I'm parked, which is not wilderness, by the way. That's how I was able to fly the drone here. You are not allowed to fly the drone or use any kind of motorized vehicle in wilderness areas. But anyway, there are a couple of different ways I could potentially get to that spot, to get closer to it. All of them are going to involve crossing the Virgin River, which is going to be its own little slice of misery, but we'll get to that later. For now, there is one potential option that starts in the campground here. Like there's a road that looks like a service road that'll get me closer to that. If that road is blocked off, or if the public isn't allowed to use that road, then I'm gonna try to get back on the interstate and then take a little dirt road, side road that isn't an exit, but just like try to slow down and hit that dirt road to get a little bit closer to this. So anyway, let's hop in the car and figure out how to get closer to this thing. Okay, so like I was thinking might happen, this little service road is closed. There's a gate across it. So let's try to get back on the interstate and try to take a little side road to get there. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go to plan, I guess, C. I'll talk more about that if we come to that. Well, that actually worked out pretty well. So I'm obviously just below the interstate right here. I took this little side road that I had spied on Google Maps, and I was able to get down it and park here. I was gonna drive a little bit further, but there's a gate here and it's locked. It doesn't say keep out, it just says keep the gate closed. Of course, it's easy to keep a gate closed when you can't open it. Let's see if we can hop over here while holding the camera. Okay. Okay. All right. So I can see my destination, our destination here right in front of me. The road continues on down to the Virgin River, which is over here, and then the pile of sandstone that I'm trying to climb up is this right here. And I think the plan is to go down to the river and then cross it and then follow the kind of the right side up and over to see if we can get to the top of that pile of sandstone. Having now seen that from a couple different angles, I don't think I'll be able to get to the top of it. It looks like it'll require some rock climbing with like ropes and stuff, which I don't have, and I don't have a climbing partner with me here. But we'll go up, take a look. If nothing else, it's a pretty area and it should be a fun little adventure, even just to get to the base of it. At the end of the little road here, we have what looks like an old corral, along with a couple of tires. Maybe these were used to hold feed at some point, or maybe they're just trash tires, I don't know. This is kind of cool. That looks like a homemade stove of some sort. I'm almost worried to look inside. Let's see. I don't know what this is. Actually, it doesn't look like a stove. Maybe it's like I can't even see the bottom of the pipes here. Maybe this is an old well or cistern or something. Huh. Interesting. What's on the other side of this? It's probably water. Hold on, let me set the camera down here. Well, it's stuck. Never mind. Huh. Interesting. Back to the issue at hand here. We're at the river. And this is, again, I've been kind of dreading this because it's been cold. It got down below freezing last night. And this is gonna be cold, cold water. Need to figure out where to cross. I think this looks the shallowest, where there are these kind of riffles right here. So let me try to go across there, and then maybe, let's see, maybe across over here or over here. I don't know. Let's get down there, roll up the pant legs, and find out. To give you an idea of just how cold it is, do you see the icicles right there on that little branch? Yikes. Ice cold. Made it. Well, apart from the cold, that actually went pretty well. The water level was never even quite to my knees, and my sandals that I brought specifically for the river crossing stayed on. No complaints. And now turning our attention away from the river to the object of our wanderings this morning. It's this right here. And so again, I think the plan is to just kind of zigzag up these steps and approach that formation from the right side. there's a lot of this stuff in the area. This is called either cryptobiotic soil or the biological soil crust. And you don't want to step on this stuff. It's fragile and it's important to the environment, to the plants and animals around here, but I mean, it's all over here. And so I'm sticking to the solid rock like this, sticking to the washes like where I am now, and sticking to the sand. And by doing all that, it's possible to avoid the fragile, crusty soil there. Well guys, after about an hour and 20 minutes of hiking, covering about 1.5 miles, I haven't been making crazy fast progress. You know, the going has been a little bit slow, but it's been nice. I've arrived at the base of this thing. And as I expected, as I suspected, there's really no easy way to go up on this side of this final rock formation here. So I'm gonna go around to the other side. I'm going to turn the corner right here at the base of the side of the formation there, and let's see what's around the corner. Well, I've completed my little circumambulation of the formation here, and there's not really a way to get up the thing, so that just confirmed my suspicions. But it's a beautiful place up here. Let me show you around. There's this beautiful red sandstone platform here, and the campground and day use area that I started the video at is over here. You can see like some RVs down there. And then I'm parked over here. My car is right below that semi right there. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's over here. We've got a peek at some snow-capped mountains right here. Again, this is all wilderness area except for about 500 feet on each side of the interstate. This is one wilderness area on that side of the interstate, and that's another wilderness area over on this side, and the river is down here, and the formation is right here. And I said that it wasn't really climbable, but there is a little sub-summit on the back side of this formation here that I think I can scramble up to the top of, and then we'll call that a victory. Let's go around back to the other side and see if it's doable. This right here is the little sub-summit I was talking about. This is the main summit. This is the sub-summit on the back side of the formation. And there are a couple different ways to potentially get up there. Like there's one over here, there's one behind this boulder here. Let's test it out. Okay, this is the first potential option here. First potential line of ascent. The first little step wasn't too bad. This doesn't look too bad. This though, this is doable. It's not too difficult, but the consequences of a fall are severe. So I think we're gonna mark this as our high point. We're gonna retreat with our heads held high, get safely back down to terra firma. Well, all's well that ends well, right? Or more importantly, all's well that ends safely. I think I just found something interesting. Check this out. I was just looking down as I was setting my backpack down and I saw these. I think these are Native American sharpening slots. Like they would take their arrowhead or their axe or whatever and grind it on the stone to sharpen it. I'm pretty sure that's what these are. That's amazing. Here I am getting ready to sit down and have a rest and a snack. And who knows how many hundreds of years ago someone else was probably doing the exact same thing right here. If that doesn't make you feel connected to the past, I don't know what will. It is getting a little bit chilly though, now that I've stopped, now that I'm not hiking uphill. I'm a little bit cold, but I have a snack here to celebrate before I head back around, before I turn back to the car. I don't know if you guys have tried these Belvita sandwiches. I think they're marketed as like a healthy breakfast thing, but I mean, it's basically a cookie with some chocolate in the middle. I don't know that it's especially healthy, but it is tasty. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the view, enjoy the silence apart from the hum of the interstate traffic that I can see just ahead of me here. Then I'll get back to the car and we'll continue on our way, continue adventuring in this area. Welcome to a giant sinkhole! We have now left the wilderness areas behind. We are on just regular BLM land. And there's a giant sinkhole out here that you can drive to. And there is a steep slope leading down into the bottom of this sinkhole. So let's go take a closer look. Apparently this sinkhole is the result of gypsum, like a deposit of gypsum underground dissolving, and that weakened the ground above it, and so it just whoop, collapsed. I don't know if that was the sound it made, but that's what happened. And I've been to a few different, sorry, I'm trying to focus on my footing here. I don't want to slide down into the gaping maw here. I've been to a few sinkholes on the channel here, but this is the first one I think that you are actually able to walk down into, because part of the wall here has collapsed also. It's a steep little trail leading down into the gaping maw, but it is at least a trail. Well, being down here now, I have two observations. The first is that this is really cool. The second, unfortunately, is that people are awful. I think the "this is really cool" part speaks for itself. You can see the top of the Land Cruiser up there. Really, really neat place. Unfortunately, the other part of what I said is all too evident down here. There's graffiti on the wall back there. There's graffiti back here. There's all kinds of trash down here. Broken beer bottles, smashed beer cans, a propane tank, a spray paint can, just like, I don't know what all this trash over here is. Is this from a mattress or something? This is like wire. I don't know. That's so sad. Why do people have to be like this? There's a tire over here that someone dumped in, and like a signpost over there, and it's just sad. This is such a cool natural wonder that people are just using as a trash can, and it's sad and it's making me angry, but if you can look past that, this is a really beautiful and unique place here. There's one more thing that I want to see in this general area today. Well, one and a half. There are 1.5 things I want to see in this area. There's one major thing, and then there's another thing kind of on the way to that other thing. That's the half. So let's get back to the car as I'm breathing heavily here and drive. I think we have quite a bit of driving to do, but I'll make it quick in terms of showing you guys the driving footage, and I'm excited. The main place that I want to go see is a place I've wanted to visit for years. Now we're gotten around to it, but today's the day. It took me about half an hour to get to this spot. This spot is the spot that's on the way to the other spot that I really wanted to see, but I saw it marked on Google Maps. It just said Thelma and Louise, and I thought, that sounds interesting. And now that I'm here, yeah, it is. We even have a Thelma and Louise sign here, right at the edge of a sort of a cliff or a drop off, right here at the edge of this mostly dry wash down here. This is a beautiful day. It's a little bit cool and a little bit windy, but beautiful country out here. And here's a look at the rest of the fence line here. Mostly bras here, but I've seen a couple pieces of men's underwear and some boots, and there's this thing. This giant teddy bear over here and some tank tops, and weird. Now this spot is not the spot from the Thelma and Louise movie where they drove over the cliff at the end, even though the drop off over here, the little cliff here, definitely kind of evokes that. That place is actually in Utah near Moab. That was filmed in Dead Horse Point State Park. All right, let's get on the road here, get back on the road. Actually, I want to show you where we've been so far today, because I can see basically everywhere that we've been. So let me show you guys. So this over here is the Virgin River Gorge. That's where I-15 goes. So we started the day back in there. The hike I did was back in there. You can't see that spot exactly from here, but it's over in that direction. And then the sinkhole was over here, kind of in front of that snowy peak, about right here. And we are headed further in this direction. So let's get back in the car and keep going. Well, friends, we've arrived at our final destination of the day. It took about an hour of pretty slow driving over pretty rough dirt roads to get here. The farther I got, the worse the road got also. And so if you wanted to come here, you should probably have high clearance. You don't need four-wheel drive, I don't think, but high clearance would be helpful. I've only seen a few side-by-sides out here, a group of 3 side-by-sides past me on my way here, but other than that, I've got this place all to myself. You might be able to hear some flags flapping in the breeze above me here. 4 flags. There is the Arizona flag, the Utah flag, the Nevada flag, and the US flag. We are at the Tri-Corner Monument. It is at this point that the 3 states share a border. And so we have Utah here, Arizona here, Nevada here, and we are right there where that little ball is. This marker here is from 2017 and it replaced the original marker from 1901, the original survey marker that was here. I've been to a couple of these tri-state markers now, and I just can't help but reflect on how much better it is to visit a place like this than Four Corners. I've been to Four Corners a couple times, and this is so much better. I mean, there's nothing out here. There's no one out here. Just a lonely, artificial boundary here, and not a whole lot of anything else. And of course, if you come to a place like this, you have to take the photo op of standing in multiple states at once. And I think that'll do it for today's adventure. Usually I like to end the video at a campsite, but I'm not camping tonight. My wife and my dog are with my mom in the Salt Lake area at mom's house. So I'm gonna head there tonight. Gonna try to drive the 5 or 6 hours back there in one go. So wish me luck, and I hope you guys enjoyed the day's adventure. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite part was. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.